We're here at the local Home Depot, and what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you apprentices or business owners who hired apprentices the go-to tools to buy right off the rip to be impactful on the job site, what apprentices should buy for each specific trade, and what tools you can purchase at your local Home Depot. So first things first is you need a tool bag, right? You need a tool bag whether you're an electrical contractor, apprentice, HVAC, plumbing, carpentry. So let's go our standard tool bags. I like the open top tool bags, and this is the pack out form. So this is sliding your pack out. These pack out book bags are awesome. I mean, let's be honest here. It's a book bag. You can throw a ton of weight on there. And then it also has the pack out locking integration as well. Tool storage, everything like that. You know, obviously book bags so you can carry it around very easily. But it's $139. So I don't know if that's in the price point for somebody who's just getting into trades. Let's get started with entry level tools and tool bags, right? We're gonna get an open top tool bag so that way you can see what's going on, see what's in there. We're gonna go with this. This is the Husky 16-inch HD tool bag right here. $22, okay? Number one, most important thing that you can have on a job site is a tape measure. I usually go with the 16 foot, all right? My favorite tape measure is the 16-foot Fat Max. Honestly, tape measure, obviously super important, but they get messed up. The blades get kinked, especially when you're starting off, so go with the least expensive option, 16 foot. I think 25 foot is a little too much. So there we go, 16-foot tape measure, Husky. So two things that you're gonna be doing when you're an apprentice for a plumber is cutting pipe, right? One of the things, main things you're gonna be doing is cutting pipe. You have your tubing cutters for cutting copper, right? These will expand and contract. These are critical when you're first getting in the trade to have tubing cutters. You don't wanna cheap out on these. These are gonna last forever. If I were to buy any of these, all right, I would get the Rigid model number 151, quick acting tubing cutters because of the versatility. It can cut very small, I think 1/4 inch all the way to 1.5 inches. So the one-stop wrench is huge, you know, especially if you're installing new fixtures. This is a huge tool to use to install angle stops or take angle stops off. It's like a game changer. So this is one of the best tools you can buy. If you're just getting in the trade, you're starting to do more and more as an apprentice, this is a really good tool, really handy tool to install angle stops or take them off. Cut and PEX pipe. All right, I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee PEX cutter. So this is the Milwaukee tubing cutter. It cuts up to 1 inch. It's got like kind of a pointed blade, so it cuts through the PEX pipe really easily. This is my favorite tool to use when I'm cutting and working with PEX pipe. Another thing, now you got these quick acting tubing cutters, but I always go with the auto cuts from General. All you need is this much room around the pipe to cut it. You snap it around there and you twist it. You twist it and it's spring loaded so that blade is constantly adding pressure to the cut, and you got 3/4 too. So these are two necessary tools, especially if you're trying to cut copper in close quarters. All right, you're a plumber just getting in the trade. Obviously you have your regular hand tools, but at some point you're gonna have to get a basin wrench, all right? So I've never used the Milwaukee one. So this is kind of like a button feature that you have. This is used to get up underneath sinks and tighten nuts. If you're installing fixtures or sinks or faucets or removing fixtures, sinks or faucets, you need a basin wrench in order to complete those tasks. So this is a very important tool for a plumber to have. We're talking pipe wrenches over here now. You know, the end all be all was honestly the rigid pipe wrench. So you have your aluminum and then your steel pipe wrenches. So these are your 14-inch pipe wrenches right here. Recently, Milwaukee came out with their own, which is they're really nice, you know, especially with these long handle pipe wrenches. So the longer the handle when you're trying to install piping and doing piping system, the longer handle, the more leverage you have. If you got really hard fittings and you're trying to break them free, having all that leverage is huge. Rigid is like an iconic brand, an iconic name, and I've been using them my whole career, so. Rigid. You got safety glasses. Let's see. So let's say these, I think the ones that we got from Milwaukee were $8. These are $6. I don't know, just having that comfort area on the nose, I think is worth that extra $2. It's something that you'll probably have on your face a lot longer. So moving forward, let's talk PPE, right? You need your safety glasses, you need your hearing protection, but let's talk about hand protection. So personal protective equipment, you know, whether you're grabbing a bunch of wood that's got a bunch of nails in it. I got cuts and scabs on me right now from work that I did the other day. If I would have had gloves on, I wouldn't have scabs on my hands right now. Also gives you that mentality. You put your gloves on, you're like, want to work more. It's not like you're afraid to get hurt or you're afraid to get your hands dirty. So I usually go with these Maxi Flex because they're always in stock at Home Depot. So these gloves, obviously they're gloves, they're like kind of throwaways. You're gonna use them for a couple days, maybe a week, and you're gonna throw them away. I feel like we're going with the less expensive options, really key here. Next on the list, pencil, all right? Price point on this, okay? Maybe a little bit more expensive, but this is a super important tool because this tracer aspect, you actually have where it links in your pocket and then you can pull the pencil out. Take this and then use it. So it's a big, thick leaded pencil. You could sharpen it, and then the best part is you could put it in your pocket and then you could just take the pencil out and that sleeve stays in your pocket. So this is almost like a go-to tool and a great invention. Whatever level entry you are in, this is the type of pencil you should be using. So this is going in the bag. We're leveling up over here, all right? You got steel levels. This is more for a professional electrical contractor. Very heavy duty, a lot of magnets, a lot of different angles. You might not need this yet if you're just getting in the trade. As a plumber, I like the longer 12-inch level. Having the longer level, it has more of a span, and I end up using this length a lot more. But like I said, we're just trying to get in the trade. We're just trying to get started. Should we go with the cheaper level if you're an apprentice? Yeah, we should probably go with the cheaper level if you're an apprentice. It's just hard for me not to buy the best stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go with the cheaper level. This is a $4 level, all right? Get you on the job, get you started, get you rolling, being impactful on the job right away. All right, razor knife. Everybody needs a razor knife. I say you get a pocket razor knife, right? This is a very important tool to have on you at all times. Can't tell you how many times that you use it. You don't need to buy a 3-pack. You don't need to buy all these fancy ones. This one's got a screwdriver stop. This one's 15 bucks. Phillips head. We're gonna buy Phillips head screwdrivers. So we're gonna get the least expensive razor knife that they have here, which is, I believe, the Husky. This is the least expensive pocket knife you can buy for an apprentice. It's got a belt, a clip for your pocket, 6 bucks going in the bag. I would say tin snips. You need tin snips. Being an HVAC contractor or working with a tin knocker or anything like that, you're gonna need tin snips. A 3-piece kit could be very important. So if you're in the trade specific like HVAC, this is very important because you are gonna be cutting a lot of steel and metal. 15 bucks, HVAC contractor apprentice, very important. Now we're just trying to get started here, so we're gonna be going screwdrivers, we're gonna get a kit. You know, we're trying to think, keep this bag cheap, least expensive. I think we're gonna go with, I gotta do it, man. We gotta keep the price down. We're gonna go with the $16 Husky 6-piece screwdriver set, and this is 16 bucks, okay? Going in the kit. If you're working for a carpentry contractor or a general contractor, one of the things you're gonna need is a flat claw, all right? You're gonna need one of these, and you're also gonna need wood chisels. $13.97 for these wood chisels, flat bar. Let's get the least expensive flat bar. No, we got a Stanley down here. 12 bucks. Nail puller, what you're gonna need. I think we're going with the $16 nail puller. This is Milwaukee. You never know what you're gonna need to pull nails with. First getting in the trade, you're a plumber or HVAC contractor, you need to get this, all right? These are your wire snips, 18 bucks, okay? Needle nose pliers, wire snips, 18 bucks. This is going in the tool bag no matter what, okay? If I'm a plumber, I wanna use the best. I mean, you're gonna be using your channel locks a lot, so I'm gonna get a little crazier whether you agree with it or not. We're gonna go with 2 of these. If you're a plumber, you need 2 of these to be able to wrench on pipe back and forth. I would say get a smaller one. You don't end up really using the smaller one. You go with the two bigger ones right off the rip. These are very important tools to have, and you'll always use these, so this is a great tool to start off with if you're a plumber. Most likely whoever you're working for is gonna have pipe wrenches, all right? So this is something that you might not wanna buy right away. So you can get away with your channel locks for now until you actually start doing more work, and then you wanna invest in pipe wrenches. I wanna get a crescent wrench. I think you need 2 no matter what, but I'm just gonna say 1. We're gonna go with the $19 crescent wrench. We're going with this 19 bucks Husky. That's going in the bag no matter what. Allen keys are huge. You need Allen keys. I don't care what trade you're in. These are kind of a little on the pricey side. I would just say we go with these. 10 bucks a pop, get you in and out the door, right? 10 bucks a pop right here, all right? Going in the bag. No doubt about it, you need a hammer. I hate to say it. Claw hammers, I don't understand the purpose of a claw hammer. I've never used one in my life. Obviously, if you're just pulling nails, I always use a flat bar hammer or a flat claw hammer. We don't need all the fancy shock absorbing or anything like that. We're looking for least expensive, that has a good weight. Do we wanna go with the 16 or 20 ounce? What do you think? Trying to think about it. We're just getting in the trade right now. You'll probably be swinging the hammer a lot. So we're gonna go with the 20 ounce, $21 hammer crescent, okay? Going in the tool bag, all right? Now, this is to get you on the job, get you productive for the team that you're working for. Obviously, this is gonna help you elevate. These hand tools are critical to start with. So your number 1 tools that you need your first day on the job is your tape measure, your level, and your pencil. Obviously, you can get a pencil or a marker anywhere, but we really like these. I think these are really cool, and I think these are very productive and very good thing to have on the job. So these are the 3 things that you need on a job if you're starting as an apprentice immediately. So we got trade specific stuff, like if you're working for an HVAC contractor, you got a pack of snips. If you're working for an electrical contractor, you got your one-handed operation, wire cutters and wire strippers. And then if you're working for a plumber or mechanical contractor, channel locks. These channel locks are huge. I always say 2 versus 1 because you're going to be wrenching back and forth. You always want a backup. Whoever's going to be teaching that trade is going to show you the reasoning behind a backup wrench when you're doing plumbing. This is the specific trade tools for plumbers, for electrical contractor, and specific trade tool for apprentice for a HVAC heating and cooling contractor. And that's it. Let's go check out, let's see where we're at. We're gonna try and isolate the trade specific hand tools so we could just get like a starter pack, figure out how much that starter pack costs. And like I said, you don't have to buy all these at once. You could slowly get up to these. Tape measure, level, and pencil is number 1. And then obviously your tool bag, and then you slowly start accumulating. But these are the tools that you're gonna need in the beginning when you're starting. They wanna be impactful on the job sites.
This is great for plumbing.
Yeah, so if you're an apprentice, you're getting into skilled trades, whether it's plumbing, HVAC, electrical, do you need both of these?
No, you do need them.
Yeah, you need them. We're gonna need at least one of them. You need at least one. 2?
Yeah.
2? Okay, 2. We need 2. Yeah, she's been working at Home Depot for 20 years. No matter how long you've been in a trade or anything like that, hearing other people's opinion isn't a bad thing. Oh, you sure? Okay, all right, let's go. We're very curious on the price points here. Bunch of good hand tools, right? For an apprentice getting in the trades?
I'm just surprised you didn't get a Stanley tape measure.
It's because they're just getting in the trades, and that tape measure is probably going to get messed up right away.
Oh.
They're going to lose it, so it was like $6 less.
Oh.
We're trying to keep the cost down for the apprentices, you know?
What was the goal coming in?
Under $200. $275.50. But those are nice tools for all that. $275.50. If you're getting in the trades, it's going to cost you $275 to get full out. But you could always build up to get to this point. But this will make you very productive on a job site. You got to get started. Got to get going. We bought a bunch of tools here at the local Home Depot. So everything bought here was at a Home Depot that you can get at any Home Depot. And our main focus was to try and get a starter pack toolkit for an apprentice, right? Just being on the job, being productive with the tool bag and a bunch of tools that you'll need. Hammer, safety equipment, level, tape measure, in and out the door. So these are nice tools, starter tools, $275. Okay, and then we got some trade specific stuff. So this is more for plumbers, HVAC contractors, and electricians. These are the hand tools that you need that are trade specific. These are, you know, add up a little bit more, but as you get into the trade, as you're working for that trade specific contractor, you start slowly buying these and accumulating your tools that are more trade specific. It allows you to be more independent on the job site, not borrowing tools, and making you more productive on the job as well. All right, so one of the things we're also going to be talking about is screw guns, right? So what screw gun's the best gun to get if you're an apprentice in the trades? What is going to give you the most impact on the job site, and what's going to allow you to do the most while you're out on the job? So we got the DeWalt in Milwaukee. We're going to be talking about these two in the studio. Let's pack it up.